Hello and welcome to Gaming and Why You Should, or GAWYS for short. For those who've missed what it's all about, this series is meant to show you certain kinds of computer gaming and why you should get into it or why you shouldn't. In this first episode, which is part of adventure gaming, we'll be looking at EcoQuest. EcoQuest was developed by Sierra, now Sierra Online, in 1991 as edutainment. There's two games in the EcoQuest series. I'm going to focus purely on the first game, The Search for Cetus. The second game is called Lost Secrets of the Rainforest and was put out 2 years later. EcoQuest is an adventure game, meaning the bulk of the content is item collection and puzzle solving. It also attempts to teach you about the benefits of recycling and respect for nature. It contains no violence, gore or bad language at all. The reason I'm talking about this game is threefold. Firstly, its copyright has currently expired, making it abandonware. That means it's free to download and try. I'll put a link to the download sites for the game and some emulators in the description. Secondly, it is for pretty much all ages, although I would advise parental supervision for some of the scary parts for the youngest members of our family. Lastly, there's no way to die or permanently screw up. The worst thing that can happen is you miss some points, which in no way hamper your gameplay. I won't tell too much about the storyline of the game itself, except it's about a boy that has to help the creatures of the ocean with their problems. It is for the time beautifully drawn, composers did their very best on the music, and the story is sweet and engaging. Since graphics and music were very limited back in '91, they had to capture you with the storyline. Now for the core of the show. If you like a good storyline that is children friendly and not too difficult to get through, this is your game. It's also a good stepping stone to more difficult games. It sort of introduces you to the concept of adventure gaming, giving you a lot of hints about what to do in the internal dialogue if you talk to people or look at things. I doubt many people will be stuck on the puzzles a long time, allowing you to get used to adventure gaming's interface. If you want to play a game with state-of-the-art graphics or professional music, turn away. The game has an amazing score, but it's all MIDI files, meaning it's still computer generated and was never recorded. The art is beautiful, but it's still pixelated. I think I've made it clear by now that there's absolutely nothing adult about it. I think there's one wound and one death in the entire game, and both are rather toned down. If you are into storylines, you should really give it a go. Who knows, maybe adventure gaming is your thing. But the only thing you need to know is that there's a copyright protection code in the game for back then. It's always the same code and it's mentioned on the download page. Don't worry about it, it's really still legal to download. The site I'm sending you to is very careful about legal issues and this game has long passed its copyright. All that remains to be said is, I hope you enjoy and good gaming.